I have a question. Why are hosts of true crime podcasts so excited to talk about what they talk about? And listen, I am not a sensitive bitch, okay? I love Halloween is my Christmas. The more gore, the better. I love slasher movies. I love horror movies. I find comfort in being chased by a man in a bloodied apron with a chainsaw through a corn maze, okay? I fear not many things in this life, and, I'm all for it, okay? But for some reason, I could never get into true crime podcasts. The only true crime podcasts I could get into when I was doing a lot of long drives a while ago was My Favorite Murder. And that's because the two hosts are very empathetic, wonderful women who are phenomenal storytellers, and they're almost trying to teach people what not to do and how to be safe in this world and be more careful and, keep your head on a swivel and what to look out for, whatever. So they are educators to me. And every time they talk about people's fucking horrific murders, Jesus Christ, what was that? Every time they talk about people's horrific murders, they're so empathetic. They're like, you can hear the sadness in their voices, and when they're talking about the families and, the sad details and shit, right? My friend just sent me this podcast that she's obsessed with, and it was actually a playlist of a bunch of true crime podcasts because I asked for her recommendation. She's like, yeah, just these are a few of my favorites right now that I've been listening to. So every single one, different hosts, not one host, just different hosts. This is my impersonation, generally, of every single one. Welcome back, my murder misfits. It's your host, Kelly, and today we are talking about the murder of a 13-year-old girl. She was murdered by a 47-year-old man who ended up being her school teacher. He took her to the soccer field, decapitated her head, took her eyeballs out of her school, and then, the other host is like, oh my God. And then they go, yeah, I know, right? How fucked up is that shit? They took her, according to this article from, Dateline, NBC, ABC, whatever the fuck, they took her eyeballs out of her head. He actually strung them onto a necklace, and he wore it. And that's how they eventually caught him, by finding this eyeball necklace, because his cat was eating it in his apartment. None of them are like, yeah, this is a fucking tragic tale about a 13-year-old girl. It makes me sick to my stomach. I can hardly even talk about this, trigger warning, or God, I hope the family. It's like, hey, spooky bitches, let's talk about this mass murder. I'm like, what the fuck?